Greetings everyone, this is Sail the Terror Deck 99, again Black Cobra. And I'm back with some more of Phoenix Wright, the Spirit of Justice. Now, time for a quick little recap of what happened yesterday. We actually found the rebels' secret hideout. We actually found out that the rebels are actually looking to kill Princess Rafa's mother. Possibly her as well. Another thing we actually found out that Princess Rafa is actually quite suspicious. Main reason why is because she actually has a lot of suspicions about Maya. Let's see. After all, warriors ply their trade primarily through illicit means and methods. I disagree. Who told you that? Yes, I do think she's wrong. Misdeed, I don't think so. If that were so, she wasted her entire day following me around. What's going on? Another seance, huh? It's our custom the prosecution to review its content before trial begins. Let's see. Third time will be the charm. Not for you though, Princess Rafa. Oh, we'll see about that. My insights will finally bring you to your knees tomorrow. Oh, we'll see about that. Neophyte practitioner. It's like the royal priestess is back with a vengeance. She made a full recovery from when we started the investigation earlier today. I look forward to see you in court, your benevolence, so I can immediately take you down. Oh, we'll see about that. Actually, I'm not really looking forward to seeing her tomorrow. Especially without any solid evidence. Ah, Liba. Well, why don't we go over everything you know so far? Alright. Let's see here. Acolyte Zealot was killed during the Wright with a curious dagger. And Maya's fingerprints were found on it. I think somebody planted them there. I know. It's the very definition of being up a creek without a paddle. The day before his murder, Zealot enjoyed a meal with the High Priest, his wife, and Maya. I also learned about spirit channeling here in Kurian. None of that sounds very helpful. Oh, but I did hear something interesting. That the rebel hunting Lady Kira might be working for the Justice Minister. The Justice Minister just happens to be Princess Rafa's father. Supposed to be, but unfortunately it is not. Now, another thing I should mention. When we found that rebel yesterday, we also found out that the kingdom that Princess Rafa lives in, not only do they despise lawyers, basically the place is actually a dictatorship. Just like Oliba is actually saying there. We can't allow the people to be controlled by fear and violence. Sounds like someone in real life. I'm not gonna go into that though. Oliba. That sounds like something a rebel might say. But if that Lady Kira really is one of Minister Inga's subordinates, that would exonerate Maya. Unfortunately, I have no way of proving it in court. I almost forgot about the secret rebel hideout we found in the Inner Sanctum. There was a blood stain inside. But I don't know if or how it's connected to this case, though. Indeed. Ah, greetings, Severin. Didn't notice that I was busy with the live stream. I don't think so. Being a huge hit with the tourists, I wouldn't do that. This kid really is an entrepreneur at heart. That's a good point. Hideout could be important to your case. Maybe. It's still too early to tell. Looks like I'm heading to court without any useful evidence. There are a few things we also found. First up, we have this photo. There's a luminal reaction near the entrance. We also have this. The Defense Culpability Act. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals would be deemed just as guilty. And of course we also have this, Tome of Secrets. The priestess acting as Lady Kira's representative must know her name. That name is Insan. Speaking this name is unforgivable. Lock this knowledge deep into your heart and devote yourself to prayer. And of course we also have this. B-Lab's statement. B-Lab is the wife of the late High Priest. The family photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings, where it's customary to partake in dishes made with gingeal. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite and must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. And of course we have this photo. On the left we have the acolyte, in the middle we have the high priest and his wife, and on the far right we have Maya. And of course we have the flag. We found this in the Plaza of Devotion. At the usual spot, bring Grub the key as well. One moment, everyone. Just gotta check something. Okay. Sorry about that. So I just have to pray something appears during tomorrow's trial. Princess Rifa's divination seance may be our only hope. There could be some new information in it that might help. Always works against the accused? Twice it hasn't. Not always. It's like Dirk used to say. The royal priestess's insights are just another piece of evidence. Never heard anyone say that before. It's hard to figure you out sometimes. Divination seances work both ways before the Defense Culpability Act. It's only now that the people of Korean find it strange. I can't afford to lose this next one. I've collected all sorts of information, but I haven't even started connecting the dots. If I could do that, I might have a shot at pulling off a win. Rifa's insights will be the deciding factor. It's a huge gamble, but it's all I've got. Alright, let's continue. Here we go. There's Maya. One moment, everyone. Arms been killing me. Miles exhausted, but I can't blame her. Doesn't matter. I'm on this case till the bitter end. You got it, Maya. Let's do this. We gotta wrap this up and get back home so you can make your dream show come true. Steel Samurai versus a Plumed Punisher. Princess Rifa. I'm all fired up and raring to go. I guess Maya's not the only one looking exhausted. Rifa doesn't look like she's in the best spirits herself. I don't feign confidence. Oh, we'll see about that. Alright, Maya, let's head in. Now. Here we go. Cortisone tissue for the child, Miss Maya Fey. Now then, if everyone is ready. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Let us begin without further delay. I already offered my prayers for the latest victim during my visit to the crime scene. Being that the accused has already been found guilty of the first murder, let us hasten this trial so we may put this dead lawyer walking out of his misery. We'll see about that. In yesterday's trial, the accused was already found guilty of murdering the high priest. And today, she will be tried for the murder of his disciple. Now then, Prosecutor Sanami, her opening statement, if you would. The accused has now slain two of the most devout clergymen in Koreanism. Oh, we'll see about that. Realm of eternal agony. There she will suffer the endless punishment of Yeagar, the Galuma. Enough. Ignorance is bliss. Please continue, minus the part about the terrible hell awaiting the accused. Oh, we'll see about that. victim of this heinous crime was the high priest's disciple. He had been training under the high priest while living at the priest's home. How tragic that he met such a terrible end. The murder occurred at the Plaza of Devotion during the purification rite. It was a bold crime carried out while the plaza was full of faithfully deep in prayer. The Warbod dagger was found impaled in the victim's upper back. Stabbing caused a spinal cord injury that killed him instantly. Odikira's weapon of choice. We've already established that the accused prints were on the weapon. Incredibly damning evidence in itself. There might have been fingerprints. There might have been Maya's fingerprints on that dagger, but I don't think she actually killed either of them. I think she was framed. Objection! Second time that Maya's been accused of murder. First time being the death of her older sister, Mia. Yes, I would, Your Honor. The accused is innocent, and nothing can convince me otherwise. After all, the crime scene was packed with worshippers. How could my client possibly have committed this murder without a single witness? The accused's fingerprints on the murder weapon alone is enough to render a verdict. I disagree. As such, I see no need to debate this any further. Oh, I do! Well, once her benevolence conducts her seance, it'll be clear for all to see. Your Honor, may I have a word? Something the matter, Prosecutor Sanmadid? It's about the divination seance.
That's enough!
Princess Rafa? Stop right there, Prosecutor Sanmadid. What was that all about? Oh, we'll see about that. I'm ready, and I accept your challenge. Bring it on. The only problem is I have no weapons at my disposal. Oh, I actually think we do. We have quite a few weapons at our disposal. Including the law book, the photo of the rebel hideout, and the Tomb of Secrets. Our only hope now is what we can glean from the Seance vision and Rafa's insights. The divination Seance, if you please, Your Benevolence. Alright, let's begin.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
I don't get it. Why wasn't there anything to see? I was unable to evoke any sort of response. Called out the Spirit's name many times, but to no avail. Yes, I thought. What does he know that we don't? I sought to confirm the contents of today's divination seance. After all, it's customary for the prosecutor to verify it beforehand. Come to think of it, it's our custom for the prosecution to review its contents before a trial begins. That's why I sought to stop her benevolence from performing it here. However, she insisted that it be done. She wished to try one more time here in the Hall of Justice. Spirit will not answer my call, and I know not why. It is my secret duty to convey the truth of the divination seance. Rafa. prosecution has already taken that into account when preparing for today. I am fully capable of proving the accused's guilt with or without a seance. This is bad. The divination seance was my one and only hope. Your Honor, her benevolence said she isn't tired. So shouldn't we try to find out why the divination seance failed? Very well. I believe in my client. Plus, yesterday, somebody told me something that changed my mind. The divination seance was once thought as just another piece of evidence. If we were to correctly interpret the visions through careful analysis, they would lead us to the truth behind what really happened. And the truth will show that my client, Maya Fey, is innocent. Maya, please, you're not helping. Feared? I fear absolutely nothing. I am not feared. I bring the fear. Seances exact a heavy toll upon the royal priestess. It'd be best not to burden her any further. Or does his defense feel that he can pose no counter-arguments without the seance? I'll have to find a way to make the divination seance happen, or we're toast. Since the seance is not possible at this time, I see no other choice. Let us proceed with the trial without the seance, as the prosecutor has suggested. We'll see about that, Princess Rafa. I'll now proceed by providing an outline of the case at hand. Very well. If the lead detective will please come to the stand, we may begin. Ah, Detective Emma Skye. Detective Skye. I understand how you wish to save the accused and the defense. They are your friends, after all. You must let them go and move on. There's only one way to save them now. By giving their souls a chance to burn away the taint of their sins in the infernal flames. Miss Skye. Don't worry about me. You just do your job. I'm sure Nick will figure something out eventually. A tainted soul? I don't think so. Very well, Detective Sky. Please proceed. Let me start with an overview of this case. Very well. The latest victim was a high priest, acolyte. He had been training under the high priest and living at his house for the past 2 years. The high priest's widow, Believe, has identified the victim's body. It may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection to the high priest. I didn't spot any inconsistencies with her testimony so far. And I don't have any evidence in my arsenal. What to do now? What is it, Maya? She's wondering about how much the police actually looked into acolytes a lot. Is it just my proof to the key as to why the divination at Seance failed? What are you getting at? Just a hunch. Wait a second. During my investigation, Rafa told me about the divination at Seance, how the Seance works. If I can figure out why it failed, maybe she could try it again. Alright, time to press with some more information. Here we go. Cross-examination. Hold it. What kind of person was the acolyte? According to the neighbors and others who knew him, he was a deeply devout youth. I too have heard his name mentioned as one who was a fervent practitioner. Suppose you might say he was high priest's star disciple. Furthermore, he had been training under the high priest and living at his house for the past 2 years.
Hold it!
Hold it! 2 years, are you sure about that, Emma? We took statements from his neighbors and his fellow monks. They all corroborate our initial findings. What about you, Maya? When I first came here, I saw a lot praying under the high priest's instruction. I see. So the results of the police investigation seem to check out. The high priest's widow has identified the victim's body.
Hold it!
Hold it! Was the widow positive ID the only way you verify the identity of the victim? We also checked the ID card he carried and the data in his film registry. However, his personal information didn't match any of the public records. What? His personal information didn't match any of the public records we cross-referenced? Maybe that's why the seance failed. I'm definitely thinking he had a fake name. Why would his... Wait a sec. He was using a fake name. The victim decided to hide his identity for some reason. In other words, he was using a fake name. The royal priestess uses a deceased face and true name to summon their spirit. If he was using a forged ID and there is no mention of him in our public records, then he was likely an illegal immigrant. There are no uncommon here in Korean. There are not. An illegal immigrant. Unless you're right here in the US. Come to think of it, Rafa mentioned something about immigrants yesterday. But if that's the case, we have no way of knowing who he really is. We'll have to proceed without holding a seance this time. I'd always thought that the acolyte was Pyrenees. Well, how the high priest must be lamenting his disciples' deception in the Twilight Realm. Oh, I believe we should. I definitely think we should add it to the testimony. This is an important fact. Please add it to the testimony. He was an illegal immigrant, so we don't know his real name.
Hold it!
Hold it! Isn't there some way to track down his real name? No, not if he was an illegal immigrant. Have you actually confirmed that he was in Korea illegally? We don't have any conclusive evidence. There's also no evidence of him being a citizen of Korea either. But there was a clue in the evidence you gathered. It's probably our only hope at this point, Maya. Let's see. Hold on. Time of death, May 10th, 4 to 5 a.m. Cause of death, spinal cord injury from a stab wound to his back. Weapon is thought to be the Warbad dagger, same weapon used to kill the High Priest. If he really was an illegal immigrant, a proverbial goose is probably cooked. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed during his connection to the High Priest.
Hold it!
Hold it! Maya isn't that lady Kira who's been going around capturing rebels.
Objection!
No longer point of dispute? I don't think so. I don't buy it. Yes, I know that, Emma. Now I know why the divination seance failed. However, which means we're in big trouble. If he really was an illegal immigrant, it's gonna be real hard to find out his real name. I guess our only choice is to give up on the whole seance thing. If only there was some way to find out the victim's real name. Something mustn't fit. Wait a sec.
Objection!
Objection, Your Honor. Sorry, Detective Sky, but the police missed something important in their investigation. The victim was undeniably a Koreanese native. And this crime scene photo proves it. It's a little hard to see, but look closely. You'll see clear proof that the victim was Koreanese. This proves the victim was Koreanese. Right there.
Take that!
That tattoo on the back of his neck. Look at that tattoo. Look at this tattoo right here. Indeed. I'd like you all to think about the meaning of this tattoo. No, it is not there, Detective Sky. True, that might be it, but I happen to enjoy peaches myself, but I'm not gonna get into that. They are delicious, though. Likewise. After the trial, Maya. Right now we have bigger fish to fry. Unfortunately, this is not a tattoo of a peach. If anything, it actually looks like a tattoo of the tattoo of a strawberry. Take a closer look. Haven't you seen something like that before? Wait a sec. Right there. On the high priest's forehead. Namely, the tattoo on the high priest's brow. This mark is only borne by members of the Kuranese clergy.
Objection!
Sure, they're shaped differently, but there happens to be a reason for that. The victim had the peach-shaped tattoo inked over an existing tattoo for some reason. However, the dark red portion is exactly the same as the mark Old Kuranist clergy bear. Wait a sec. Till about 20 some odd years ago, everyone did get one, didn't it? 23 years ago? Information on everyone who enters the clergy is maintained at the temple. All you have to do is look up a monk with a mark in the same spot. So tell us, is there any reason or anyone who fits the bill? There's just one. His name is Runemu. He became a monk 20 years ago. And that must be the victim's real name. Wait a sec. I gotta see something. What the hell? That disciple is only 21. He would have been only a baby if he had actually gotten that tattoo. Something's not right. Why would he have tried to cover up his tattoo with another one? There must have been some reason. That's true. Your Honor, now that we know the victim's real name, the seance may finally work. warrior who willingly seeks a seance. This is entirely unprecedented. Sure about that? We don't know that until we try. Sure, it's risky, but it's our only hope. One moment, everyone. Christ. Enough with these bullshit calls. Oh, Christ. Enough with the goddamn ads. I've been trying to get rid of those goddamn things. I have no idea how to get rid of them, though. Anyway. Let's continue, shall we? Very well. Let the seance be held once more. For with the truth revealed by my insights, I shall gladly seek her demise. Sure about that, Rafa? Bring it on, princess. As I will correctly interpret each and every one of your insights. We'll see about that.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Alright, looks like it worked. divination seance. We've seen the victim's final moments. Conclusive evidence that establishes the accused's guilt. Sure about that? Preemptive strike? I don't think so. Prosecutor Sonamaid, what is this conclusive evidence you have found? The Poon Punisher theme song that the deceased heard. Please consider this item here. It was confiscated from the accused during her investigation. The Poon Punisher strap, indeed. When you press the Magatama on the Poon Punisher's belt, and that is supposed to be like the Steel Samurai in the original trilogy of Phoenix Wright. It seems the accused inadvertently pressed the button in the midst of her crime. This strap is an extremely rare item, is it not? I don't think so there, Rafa. Except the fact that the seance is more than mere evidence, I don't think so. Oh, we'll see about that. Objection, Your Honor. Slow down there, Your Honor. At least let me make a counter argument. Do I take issue with the seance? Yes, I do. Oh, I have issues with it. I just don't know what they are yet. That's never stopped me before. The divination seance is not the absolute truth. It only becomes the truth after it's been interpreted correctly. No, I do not. For anyone who has not played this game, I will show you how the Seance works. We'll be getting to that shortly. Oh, I will prove it there, Rafa. The insight. Rafa's insight. The victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the Wright. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. Then someone was there, and the theme to the Plume Punisher filled the air. The accused held the defenseless victim down and plunged her knife into his neck. The blade struck true, and in that instant, he departed from this world. I don't buy it. That's everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. The benevolence's insights have painted a detailed picture, both vivid and true. I noticed any holes there. As they stand now, those insights are really stacked against us. I just have to go over each and every one of the deceased sensations very carefully. Let's begin. Now, first we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of saves. Then I will show you what you have to do here. I will show you how these work. Alright, now, I will show you how this works. The victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the Wright. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. Now,
Objection!
objection, Your Honor. Was it really the night of the Wright? Could not have been otherwise? I don't think so. The accused slew the acolyte after killing the high priest during the purification rite. The only problem is that deceased spirit does not corroborate that. Take a good look at what the victim smelled. Do you see how it says gingial? The acolyte shouldn't have smelled any gingial on the night of the rite. Let me back up my statement with some evidence for you. Right here. the Feast of Blessings. The family photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings, where it's customary to partake in dishes made with ginger. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite, and must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. There you go.
Take that!
There you go. The High Priest's wife told me about the Feast of Blessings. The feast includes a number of ginger-based dishes, and they're only supposed to be served at a certain time of the day before the rite. During the feast, the unique smell of ginger pervades the entire kingdom. The fact that the victim smelled it means he was murdered between noon and 3 p.m. the day before the purification rite.
That's enough!
The estimated time of death was during the rite. I taught her about that yesterday. Forgive me, your benevolence. The estimated time of death is just that, an estimate. Depending on the circumstances, it's possible for it to change. Like if a body was kept cold, the slowed rate of decay makes the death seem more recent. The estimated time of death in the autopsy report will have to be revised. Let's take a look, shall we? Based on the Seance. What am I apologizing for? The murder weapon with the accused prints on it is the... I'm not buying it. I will now amend my insight to account for this new truth. Insight revised. See. It was the afternoon of the day before the rite. Although it was dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. The blaze struck true, and in the instant, he departed from this world. I disagree. A change at the time of death is bound to cause some sort of an inconsistency. If I had something that showed it was like that, when it was like on that day, it would really help. Now, let us continue, shall we? One sec, everyone. Just gonna check something. Let's see. Let's see what we got here.
Objection!
Objection, Your Honor. The change in the date and time of the crime has caused a new inconsistency to surface. Sorry, but this is the face I was born with. Now let's focus on what is important. What the victim saw in his final moments. Do you see bats in the belfry, Rafa? That is what I find so strange. On the day before the rite, it should have been impossible to see that pattern on the ground. Gladly, Your Honor. This piece of evidence shows why the plaza's ground was not visible that day. And I think we happen to know exactly what it is. And in fact, it's right over here.
Take that!
Here we go. This newspaper has an article that is tiny in size but huge in importance. It says that the ground was covered with thick white ice the day before the Wright. Exactly, Your Honor. And so we must ask, what was the victim looking at in his final moments? Fine. The last thing the victim saw was not the ground at the Plaza of Devotion. This can only mean that he was killed elsewhere! Where do I propose that the victim was actually killed? Oh, you'll see. Indeed. Giving up? Not at all. Oh, I know exactly what it is. The rebel hideout. Right over here.
Take that!
The secret hideout the rebels were using. There was no such place or anywhere on the floor of that chamber. Absolutely right. There's no place on the floor anyway. What did the victim see in his final moments isn't that the floor of the rebel hideout? This is what the victim saw in his final moments. I know exactly what it is. Oh, what is this we have here? We have a nice little handprint.
Take that!
The shaggy green surface the victim saw was one of the moss-covered stone slabs. As you can see, there are two distinct hand-shaped impressions in the moss here. And that looks like the print of the head. I believe the victim was killed while he stood there with his hands pressed against the slab.
Objection!
Sure about that? There's no proof that a murder occurred in the rebel hideout. I disagree, because there also happens to be blood there. I've already shown you the evidence. Please take a look at the second version of the photo I just showed you. You can see the results of the luminol test I performed in the rebel hideout. This is proof positive that someone had been bleeding in front of the stone slab. This information has already been provided to the police. Detective Sky, to whom does this blood belong to? Detective Sky, your report, please. There you go. When this trial concludes, I want to see you in my prayer chamber. This is a chance we've been waiting for. Exactly there, Maya. I hate to do this to Emma. However, the victim was killed in the rebel hideout the day before the purification rite. Then his body was moved to the Plaza of Devotion by someone we have yet to identify. So when we thought we saw the acolyte praying during the rite, he was already dead. And that's not all. If he was killed in the inner sanctum, that would explain one more thing. How the time of death was made to look later than it actually was. The proof of which was left behind at the sanctum. This point to how the time of death was made to appear later than it actually was.
Take that!
Right there. Photos of the inner sanctum. Exactly. I'd like you to focus on this one. The proof that is right here inside the photo. This is how the time of death was made to appear later than it actually was. There's no snow there. You see how the snow had been removed from this one spot only? That's because it was used to keep the victim's body cold. And that's why the time of death wasn't what it seemed.
That's enough!
Now my client is innocent. That's what. Whatever victim or fingerprints on the dagger? Simple. Somebody planted them there. That's why. That's why her fingerprints are on the dagger. Oh, I'm not done yet. Oh, I definitely think that somebody planted the... In fact, I know somebody planted Maya's fingerprints on that dagger. One simple reason how. Because Maya had actually passed out when she actually went in to perform the purification rites. So while she was knocked out, somebody could have actually planted her fingerprints on the dagger. If the weapon of the theme song from being used as evidence against you. Oh, I can contradict arguing for a key piece of evidence. Oh, I would not do that. Want to see me try? I'll be glad to. The fingerprints on the dagger. In fact, that's actually not true. It's the Plume Punisher theme. Since the murder happened in the rebel hideout, there's something that played the theme song other than the client's strap. The item that played the Plume Punisher theme song was this. Right over here.
Take that!
The clock. This is a Plume Punisher alarm clock. I believe the victim heard its alarm go off.
That's enough!
What proof do I have that the alarm went off?
Objection!
Objection, Your Honor. What proof do you have that it was my client's strap that played the same song? Oh, I'm not twisting the facts, I'm simply stating them. The accused would still be guilty based on the fact of her prints on the murder weapon. What if her... Simple. What if her prints were actually planted there while she was knocked out? I don't think so. I won't get anywhere until I can eliminate the dagger. No inconsistencies? I don't think so. We'll see about that. There is one. Oh, we'll see about that. Here we go. One moment, please, everyone. Gotcha.
Objection!
Objection, Your Honor. The victim was originally thought to have been stabbed while bent over in prayer. But he was actually standing with his hands against the stone slab. So the question is, where did the sensation of something heavy come from? Since the victim was standing, he couldn't have been held down. The heavy sensation. Any thoughts there, Maya? Could it be related to the case of the heavy sensation? Yes, I do. If I just envision the state he was in when he was killed, the cause of the heaviness the victim felt was the falling stone slab. One thing we also found out yesterday was when we were checking out the slabs, one of them almost fell over. And in fact, it was the exact same one that the fingerprints were actually found on. The only conceivable cause is the stone slab falling over, trapping the victim underneath. Exactly. The stone slab came falling down on him, crushing him underneath. That was the cause of the heavy sensation the victim felt.
Objection!
A rule to key fact? I wonder what that would be. I am aware of that. No, I do not. Had the killer been behind the victim, they would have both been crushed together. Yes, I know that. Sure, I'd love to. In fact, I absolutely will. How could the dagger have been plunged into the slab after the slab fell on the victim? The killer couldn't have plunged the dagger into the victim after the slab fell on him. What if the murder weapon wasn't what we thought it was? I'm actually wondering, what if the stone slab was actually what killed him? What was the mirror? So what was the real murder weapon then? I better think of something. Oh, I definitely think I know what it is. Dagger must have been plunged into the victim after he was already dead. That means he was stabbed at least twice, but the autopsy didn't mention that. Then he must have been stabbed in the same spot with something shaped like the dagger. Gladly. I will give an explanation. Wasn't there something dagger-like near the scene of the crime? Yes, there was. Something that had a shape similar to the Warbot dagger. Gladly, Your Honor.
Take that!
Scene of the High Priest's murder? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is what really killed him. And in fact, I happen to know exactly what it is. Oh, I know exactly what it is. Happens to be right over here. The Warbot statue. Yep. Exactly. The Warbot statue has dagger-like feathers protruding from it. This is what really took the victim's life.
Objection!
Yes, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that being outside of the hideout. However, the statue needs to be moved to actually enter the hideout. Haven't you heard? The Warbot statue also functions as a hideout's door. The statue can pull a complete switcheroo. To put it simply, it is a revolving door. There you go. Therefore, I believe the truth behind this seance to be this. As the victim entered the secret hideout, the stone sculpture came toppling towards him. He threw up his hands to stop it, but its weight forced him backwards. Unfortunately, the Warbot statue was right behind him. Sure about that, Princess Rifa?
That's enough!
Oh, I'm quite aware of that, Princess Rifa. And I'm still thinking that Maya's fingerprints were planted there. Absolutely planted there. She had held it while rehearsing for the Wright. Which is when she got her fingerprints on it! Hey, even circumstantial evidence can actually prove somebody's guilt. Indeed. Must accept that the Warbot statue was what killed the victim. Now that we know how the acolyte really met his demise, there's no basis for claiming my client committed this crime. The divination seance is the only truth? I don't think so. 3 times it's happened. No, your benevolence. It's not the truth itself, but it is a means for shedding light on the truth. Do you understand now? Your kingdom needs lawyers so that they can interpret your insights. Yes, you have, Princess Rifa. I've been misinterpreting the voices of the spirits all this time. Yep. I did say I was going to get rid of her, and that's exactly what I did. I feel kind of bad for her. Not. Gladly, Your Honor. Please explain what you have learned now that we now know how the victim actually died. The acolyte was killed in the hideout before the high priest's murder. That means the body found at the plaza of devotion was moved there by the real killer. But only after the Warbot's dagger was thrust into him, to make it look like the murder weapon. Why would the real killer go to such lengths? I believe stabbing the acolyte's body with the dagger and moving it to the plaza was a warning from the Twilight Realm. Make it look like a serial murder, anyone? It was an attempt to make my client look like a serial killer. That's right. The real killer planned all this. This forged serial murder case. Yep.
Shut for them! トライマオマンどもさましで足し抜けたれがせよそのか。
My Riesling has more holes in it than the cheese your foreigners enjoy? No. Nope. Oh, I will overturn your argument. Disguised as Lady Kira, the accused found at the rebel hideout the day before the Wright. But the acolyte had followed her there after noticing her suspicious behavior. I don't buy it! There is no way that Maya could have actually pushed that thing. Plus, she's never been there. When the accused murdered him in order to silence him. I don't buy it. Disprove the
Objection!
Objection, Your Honor. Why would my client move the acolyte's body to where everyone could see it? And why would she stab the dagger with her fingerprints into its dead body? She had no reason to do any of these things. The dagger in his corpse was likely a warning to the rebels. Thought I finally made some headway. Nope. Sorry, Your Honor. I got nothing to counter my argument with. We'll see about that. I still haven't disproven the allegation against Maya. Futile struggle? Oh, we'll see about that. Nope. I must admit, I misspoke earlier. Allow me to amend my statement. I had said that the defective's reasoning had a putrid cheese-like smell. And I realized the stench was from his own putrid body, on the verge of death. Who knew about the rebel hideout and could gain access to the inner sanctum? Only those involved with the Wright could enter the sanctum. Wait a second. Only a rebel would have known about the secret hideout. And the only person who was involved with the Wright had access to the sanctum. And was suspected of being a rebel is... Yes, except there's one huge problem! If I'll do something, Prosecutor Sonamede We'll have this one in the bag. I just have to bluff my way out of this, regardless of that huge problem. Your Honor, I believe there is another suspect in this murder.
Objection!
A desperate lie, you say? I think not. No, there is one person who knew everything. Fine. I believe the prime suspect in acolyte Seance murder is... That's Arabelle. Oh, yes.
Take that!
It had to be someone allowed to enter the sanctum and who knew of the hideout. And that would be the High Priest himself. He could have committed the crime if it occurred the day before the rite.
Shut it up!
That is exactly what I would do. That is true. Dead men tell no tales. But what if that man was actually still alive at that point? Dead men tell no tales. That is definitely a problem. Only the High Priest could tell his side of the story. Wait a second. Would this actually work? No. If there's even the slightest possibility, I'll have to go with it. Your Honor, the men do tell tales! Therefore, I would like to request a High Priest testimony. There is a way for the dead to testify. It is known as channeling. Summon him here by use of spirit channeling. Means a spirit channeling. Yep. Nope. I am quite sane. Thank you very much. And in fact, there actually happens to be someone who is skilled at spirit channeling, and she is standing right next to Phoenix Wright. Her name is Maya Fey. Oh, he's lying. Technically, he's wrong about that. Her Eminence is far too busy with other duties to perform it at our pleasure. I suspected as much. That means our only hope is... Maya. Thought you wanted to keep it a secret here in Korean. against the law or violate some religious precepts. So, I don't think we'll be punished. At least I hope not. This is a crucial period for you, Maya. It'll decide whether you become master of Crane. Exactly. Alright. Actually, there is someone who is capable of spirit channeling. Nope. Not referring to Princess Rifa. Oh, yes it is. Now, Your Honor, we would like your permission to begin.
That's enough!
Princess Rifa? An outrage, you say? Oh, we'll see about that. Oh, I'm quite aware of that. And in fact, for any of you who have not played the Phoenix Wright games, or have not played at least the third game, which is Trials and Tribulations, well, you're about to find out something interesting. If it is another one of their lies, they shall be executed on the spot. What if the accused actually accidentally calls forth an evil spirit? There's only one Phoenix Wright character I would actually consider the most evil. I'm not going to say that character's name, though. Just in case any of you have not played the Phoenix Wright games. Magatama parting? Let's not shirk from their challenge. They must prove them guilty and deliver the last rites. Oh, I disagree. Very well. The accused may challenge the High Priest Spirit. Very well. but this was the only way. You sure you're up for this? Alright. Before she started training here, her success rate was only about 30%. At least I know you can do it, Maya. So you sure you're ready? You don't sound so confident. What about your training? That's a good point. If she fails to channel the High Priest, we're as good as dead. Let's do this. I hope so, but he was hiding the fact that he was a rebel, so I doubt it'll be as cut and dry as all that. Very well. Alright. Very well. Miss Faye, please proceed. Master of Kareen, a village of spirit mediums back home. First, I will show you all the fruits of my training in your kingdom. If I practitioner shall, and such as you, cannot possibly channel spirit. Oh, we'll see about that, Princess Rafa. All right, here we go. Oh, it can be, and it has. No. Fae has brought you back among us today. Indeed. Well. Forgive us for calling you back from your eternal rest. You've been accused of murder. Ask you to testify on your own behalf. Wonder if Alibo will be able to do that someday. A defense, please explain the situation to the High Priest. Yes. I'd be happy to. Your disciple has been murdered. It happened on the day before the purification rite. The crime occurred in the rebel hideout hidden within the inner sanctum. Indeed, the acolyte has indeed been killed. Someone who knew of the hideout and had access to the inner sanctum. In other words, you! After all, weren't you secretly a rebel? That's still Maya's body. I hope he doesn't break anything. So he was a rebel. My rebel allegiances have been exposed. Why did you, a devout priest of Koreanism, join the rebellion?
Objection!
Very well.
Objection!
Objection, Your Honor. The High Priest says his memory is hazy. What? I don't buy it. What about the acolyte? You were the one who killed him, weren't you? Testimony, please, High Priest. I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon on the day before the Wright was entertaining guests at my home. I believe my guests can corroborate this. You had guests? Just past noon, that's right about the time the acolyte was murdered. You sure about that? Come to think of it, Rafa told me about a spirit's memory. Spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. Do you mean a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment it is channeled? Yes, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. The High Priest seems to know exactly what he is talking about. So the question is, what would be the best angle of attack? Everyone, I'm cutting it off for now. Might be coming back a little bit later. If not, I'll be coming back tomorrow. Hopefully when I come back, we'll be able to finish up this case. Everyone, this has been Aseo the Terror of Death 99, aka the Black Cobra, and I will catch you all next time. Till next time, sayonara.